Hello! Welcome to Sketchin' with Izzy, or Squizzy. Hope you all are doing alright. Naomi! Aw, thanks for the sub. That means the world. Hopefully you can all hear me. Let's see. I think the audio's okay. It says my connection's unstable though, so that's worrisome. I was digging through my old files and found this old nugget and decided we would do a final pass on it. Get in the Halloween spirit. We'll do some monsters this month, I reckon. Oops. Someone chime in at some point. Just let me know that you can hear me or not. Thank you, Cypher. Hope y'all are doing good. I have no idea what I was thinking when I first started this. I have a feeling it was just one of those things that started making me giggle, so I just went with the flow. Kind of an aphid, hermit, crab, cyborg thing. Yeah, that is funny. You can see I was counting a lot on silhouette to get away with my tech. That's how it goes sometimes. Job's continuing to go good so far. Just getting going. I've been writing pitches, which has been fun. And doing research, trying to check out some of the latest games in similar styles to what we'd like to do or what we're thinking about doing. Games, the industry is fun. I get to play video games for homework. I'm just extricating foreground material, the figure basically, so that I can render up the background just a touch more. I don't think I'll do much. I really just want to mess with the colors so that I have a nice frame of reference for contrasts. see. We can go back in time and see what I did. It's funny seeing the face. Quite an evolution there. Okay. New layer. I have it. Welcome. Yes, indeed. Look at this thing. I went into my old quasi and unfinished files and found this adorable monstrosity. And I figured it's a good Halloween image. Connor McGill, welcome. We're just painting some monsters. That's a word I can say. For the Halloweeners. Which is very different than the normal monsters that I tend to paint. How are you doing? This looks mad in the best way. Awesome. That's how we roll on Sketch 'em with Izzy. We're all mad here. I think it's better placement. Possibly. Let's see. I know that the nose has to change pretty significantly because it's all like cartilaginous material kind of sitting on the face there, so it moves with your mouth pretty significantly. You gotta be mindful of that shit. Don't want to break into the core shadow with my reflected light here, but I'm gonna have to figure out what to do about lighting this nose. It's tough because I got a light source coming up from the floor at a pretty stark angle, and I feel like there should be light on the nose, but barring having any reference for this exact lighting scenario in this pose, I need to figure this out the hard way, which means mapping it and following the logic of light and color. I think maybe some of this bridge we're going to see again. Maybe this transition's much softer. This unexpectedly became a specific person, so now I gotta see if I can match. Sometimes I just change my mind like that, gang. That's how I roll. It's always an interesting challenge trying to invent kind of anatomy with a different photo reference and get a likeness. That's fucking tough. But today felt like a good challenge day, so why not? Have I ever done an art book with personal work? No, not yet. Just pro books. The biggest was the God of War book from God of War Ascension, but I've never done a personal one. Usually I've people that wanted art books wanted magic specific art books, and I never really felt the need to do one. But personal work would be dope. I don't know who would buy that shit though. It's pretty eclectic. She's got some pretty monster cheekbones. Yeah, that helps a lot. She's got a really tiny brow. Am I going to be playing Baldur's Gate 3? I don't know. I did see an ad, or the trailer a while ago, right? I'd probably play it. I'm neglecting a few other RPGs that I really wanted to get on top of. One was Pillars of Eternity, and I really wanted to do Divinity, but I haven't gotten around. And I know that their clones, early access is out today. Nice. Yeah, actually, I just picked up Carrion, and I've been playing that the last couple of days. Yeah, I've heard Divinity 2 is really good for the crowd that likes, like Baldur's Gate and that old school top-down RPG, which I do. So I'm just way behind on that shit. I play a lot more action stuff these days. If you haven't picked up Carrion, though, check it out. It's crazy fun. I'm completely smitten with it at the moment. I gotta get it together, you're right. Gotta stop playing so much shitty damn Modern Warfare. But the game makes me so mad sometimes. Rage quit. Did you already start it? Baldur's Gate, that is. Yeah, I think I saw some memes about the character creator already. I'll have to pick it up. I used to have pretty hard rules about video games I'd play, and it was specifically to get multiplayer FPSs out of my lexicon, but they keep sneaking back. I'm always chasing that horse. What kind of character did you make? Drow Rogue. Nice. Didn't they change that so that drows don't have to be evil? I forget. Your old school drows are always evil. Fair point. I never followed the books all that tightly anyway. I was always breaking rules like that. I was much more concerned with finding ways to put rope to different uses. Shit like that. Very difficult for a GM. Okay, I hate everything I just did there. That's no good. Hi, thanks for the follow, Downright Lazy. Super appreciate that. Oh, a notification. I need to start my stream. Great. I'm very good at planning and calendars, let me tell you. It's a skill I have. Thanks, Lazy. I appreciate it. Some kooky shit. It was sitting in my folders. Needed finishing. Halloween is the right time. It's where I really get to be Izzy, you know? This girl has such a roundy skull. I definitely, with my original sketch, which was not her at all, it was a lot more severe looking, I think. I'll bring the eyelashes back. Right now I just gotta get her eye shape right. You can barely use any mediums other than ink and graphite. I started in traditional mediums too before switching to computer. It's a doable thing. It's just the learning curve is really steep when you're picking up something like a computer versus another traditional media. What's frustrating is, you know, once you're of a certain skill level, you're like, oh, this should look much better than it does. And I know exactly how you feel. It's tough. But there's lots of, if you're ever interested in actually learning Photoshop, there's a lot of awesome content out there. Get you caught up in no time. But it takes time. Let's see. She also has really tiny little spunky eyelashes, which doesn't match my original sketch either. So let's just get those under first. She's got a very deep, oops, for a white girl she's got a deep epicanthic fold. I don't know if you'd want one of these scurrying around your house. You never know when you might wake up and it's under the covers, squiggling about, chewing on a limb. Fair point. It's the eyes you need to worry about. Yeah, I suppose so. Or the stabby bits. All them little stabby mandible things. Like a little crab. Cyber Gorgon? I like it. Sold. I'll take 10. Like rock. The pitter-patter of horrible monsters in your house. You're more concerned about your hardwood, aren't you? I know that's what this is. I think that's more accurate, but we'll see. We'll keep it separate just in case. Your dogs killed the hardwood? Oh no. It's a fun little trick to remember when you're painting the iris. It's not only in cartoons is that edge going to be really hard. If you actually paint that soft and keep your pupil sharp, it will feel more realistic. Even though I didn't do it there, but that was a sketch, so shut up. Also from many years ago. All right, let's grab a color. That's what I do here. I'm Kind of a shitbird. Come for the paint, stay for the abuse. That should be my new call. No, so this was the sketch. I'll turn off what I have added. So this was the sketch. I did it, I want to say 4 years ago, something like that, and I just shelved it. I didn't really have time, so I just put it out the way it was, kind of unfinished. I figured it'd be fun to kind of paint it together. I always like sketches more anyway. I mean, even just flipping back and forth, I really like the rawness of the sketch a lot more. Obviously, we don't have the details of the eyelashes and the cast shadows and things like that. And we're certainly more worried about anatomical accuracy with the skull. But, man, I just love sketches. Sketches look so fresh, you know? But that's okay. We're going to stick to it. We'll finish it. No. I certainly welcome the daddy position. We're going to call it that. This is going to be the daddy channel. Art Daddy. Oh. Perverts only. My kin. You knew it. We all saw the sign. And it opened up our eyes. Alright, let's do quick. I'm gonna add just a touch more. And it's definitely more Halloween-y. A little bit less sexy. Only a little bit though. It's still too sexy. This woman is a pain to paint. Yeah, sure. This is Jolande Visser from Die Antwoord. So when I first started, I wasn't actually looking at any ref or a specific person at all, but as I was painting, I kind of started seeing her in it, so I figured, fuck it. Let's make it so. Yeah. I have an unholy crush on Jolande. So, it works out. I might as well paint her as a terrifying monster. This is how I show love, guys. So broken. You wish you could stay and see how this turns out, but you gotta get some sleep. Hey, no worries. Ah, the college game. I did the 3 and 4 hours myself. Thanks for hanging for a little while, Lazy. You'll be able to see, I put the videos up on YouTube, so you can check out the YouTube channel and catch up. Give that a follow, subscribe rather, over at youtube.com/Izzy Medrano. And stop in whenever you can. It's nice having you. Yeah, I think that definitely helped a bit, was getting the eye. I thought it was going to be the nose, but it wasn't. It's definitely, her eye shape is pretty specific. Still not there, but it's much closer. Hey Dave, man, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. This pocket of light that I'm adding, absolutely, there's no fucking way that this light source could hit that bit. But I'm trying to find a way to accentuate the inside of that eye, because it's going to be really important in getting that likeness. Even though, I mean, I don't think I'll really be able to pull it off. This is such a really specific pose. So I need to find an alternative, maybe another light source. I don't know, we'll figure it out. We'll try. We always try. The key is to not use my blue light, my fill light, because that has a direction on its own, and I can't break the logic of that light source either. So I'm actually going to be getting rid of it a bit here on her forward cheek. She's kind of got, I guess I could kind of hit this. She has kind of that interior socket line that happens on some people with their nose. I'm glad you like it, my man. Say, she has this, like, her forehead has such an interesting kind of, I don't know, the shelf here of the what do you call this? Not the bridge. Fuck. The keystone. That's what I call that. That keystone section of the nose is it's really broad and flat and downward facing, which gives it a real bulbous appearance. Almost, I think it's kind of one of the attributes that gives her baby face, is that skull shape. It's not so, you know, like mine's real sharp, narrow shelf. Hers is really broad. It's like half of her forehead. But again, the problem remains. A lot of this shouldn't be picking up very much light at all. she's got this kind of really hard to depict. We're gonna have to punch that reflected fill light just a bit more so we can accentuate lines. It's just gonna have to happen. And she's got these cute little tiny barely there brows that are really steep. Like they start right here. I'm sure they're modified slightly, but as I'm pretty much garbage with makeup, I don't really know. I may have to leave them out, I don't know. I kind of like the more robotic approach anyway, where I'm gonna go back in with the part lines that I had, now that I've got the likeness a little bit closer. Just a touch closer. Not enough though. Oh, thanks for the sub, my man. We're moving fast and I like it. All right. Let's real quick introduce that, just the peak of that light source, that fill light, just for delineation purposes. I'm gonna color pick it. Let's go a little bit brighter, a little bit cooler. It'll have the effect of being somewhat grayer, I think, because that purple is pretty rich, relatively speaking. And what I want to do here is really, because a lot of the, I'd say like 85, 90% of a likeness is like right here on a person. So getting nose shape and the brow ridge shape correct, super important. I really want to try to hint at that keystone I was talking about. So I got to get that turn of form in the right spot so that it feels long enough off the bridge. That's pretty good. And I'm tempted, I'm always tempted, you know, to just start painting according to what I know of my like mental anatomy. But when you're trying to do a likeness, you can't do that. So my instinct is to start painting in the fat right there. But like I said, she has a really deep epicanthic fold. You don't see it. It's almost like the brow rests right on top of her lid. So we won't be doing it. And this is a nice little roundy shape. It's a very kind of Dutch, Swedish, Northmen style structure. Gareth, welcome, my man. How are you doing, brother? Did you just finish up a show? Hammy sent me clips of your last show where you got real big. You went and got super pissed. It was awesome. Been off back tomorrow. Cool. Yeah, that game looks damn fun. I really got to give it a chance. You got to give the people what they want, right? Make it happen. That's much closer. I'm so tempted to give her full forehead because it's like one of her features is her gigantic forehead. So I'm just going to make a layer real quick and just test it just to see. This thing's pretty creepy. Oh yeah. It's Halloweeners, bud. We gots to. We gotta paint the nightmare fuel. She got that hella forehead going on. Looks like the toy Sid makes in Toy Story. Oh yeah, it does. The doll spider, right? Yeah, I like that. I forgot that was the character's name. Holy crap. You stand for Toy Story. I love it. Let's do a cut in. There we go. Yeah. Just get that kind of Peter Sellers kind of vein skull thing going on. I'm not going to push that too hard because that can, like, when you add a lot of arbitrary wrinkles and things like that to female faces, it just makes them look either masculine or off age. It sucks, but it's true. It's just one of those things. It's why a lot of artists, frankly, prefer to just paint men because it's so forgiving. Ironically, when I first started drawing, like back in high school years, I could not draw men at all. I could only draw women. All right, so this bone ridge here of the that, what is that? The ocular ridge going into the zygomatic arch on her is really smooth. It's not as sharp as I have it, so I've got to soften this transition pretty significantly. It also makes people look younger. When you don't have hard shelving of bones, it's another thing that adds to that age difference. I'm going to use a scrubby texture brush just to make my job a little easier here. Fill out that cranium just a little bit. This is going to help with that softening, I think. Yeah, that softens it significantly. See the difference? Just connecting those two with a bit of light softens it, makes it look younger. And then we also kind of created a nice shelf here. A transition point for the light. Rounds out the skull more. Go black and white for a minute. Yeah, the transitions are so much softer now. Look at the difference in severeness. Yeah. Eased a lot of the darks. I think we should bring some back. That starkness had something, but I don't want it as strong as I had it, so let's go back. Let's find places where we can add that core shadow back in. Needs to be even sharper, this ridge of hers. Oh, bloody hell. You kids behave. Let's see, I think I want to go... Alright, I've been rendering the shit out of her face. I haven't really done much with the mechanics, so let's start transitioning here. I like this. Izzy Medrano added permitted term, a slut. That is absolutely permitted language in here. I'm not slutty. I was just drawn that way. I know I was. Zero judgments here, baby cakes. You couldn't ask the son of that. Alright, let's see, transitional stuff. I always like to focus on transitions between designs. So the aphid bot that's using this face as a hat, I guess, is going to... the way I had it before was a lot of part lines that came out of the face, but I gotta find another way to do this, maybe. Or maybe it's like just below the surface, so it's not quite so jagged looking. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll do the part lines anyway, who knows. Oh, sleepy is. Whoop. He's kind of got a little Mon Calamari eye face there. It's a trap! Let's go in and add more. Let's grab a Sharpie. Sharpish line. It's definitely more like my old stuff, I think. My kind of out there, uncannily sexy drawings and paintings. Paintings from the before times. Ooh, wait. I like that line. That line goes back. I totally learned this little trick from Cecil Kim, who was my lead art director when I was at Sony back in the day, and he did he could concept anything, but one of the things he tended to focus on was environment stuff and some props, and he always showed me if you want to show like a sharp edge transition quickly and easily, you can just add a little outlines to things that accentuate that edge. So like a lighter light right at the edge will crisp up the transition between those 2 points. It's a nice little cheat, and it totally works. It's like Toy Story and Ghost in the Shell had an unholy baby child. I'm cool with that. If you think about it, they're both kind of a Toy Story. What'd you guys think of that, the Scarlett Johansson live action one? I thought they were so close to getting the point myself. But the art, like the props and design, were amazing. Nope. You didn't hate as much as you thought you would? Yeah. It wasn't bad. It's just kind of forgettable, I guess, which is a shame. I did rather like Battle Angel Alita, and I didn't think that I would like it, and I actually really did. The plot was super simple, but I think the plot was always simple, even in the manga. I was definitely one of those folks that was poo-pooing it, like, why does she look like anime and nobody else does? And then I watched it and I was like, oh. I'm a douchebag, I know. You went in with low expectations on both of them? You don't think you'd watch Alita again, or Ghost in the Shell? Ah, I see. Both of them. Yeah, I hear you. What? I've actually watched Alita like 3 times now, I think. I've only seen Ghost once. Not sure what I'm doing with the paneling there. I don't really like that. Let's get rid of this one. Oops. don't think they enough layers to peel back. Yeah, I hear you. You know what I've been wanting to rewatch, but I haven't. I don't think I have a copy of it. I gotta find one. Is Ravenous? What was that? 1999 or something? Early 2000s with Robert Carlyle. I was just thinking about that movie. A great movie. The Wendigo. Valerian was oh god, I actually haven't even finished watching it. I could not finish it. I had high hopes for that one too. That was a really hard movie to watch. I still haven't finished it. That's so funny. Did you guys see that Dune got delayed? Okay, I'm gonna definitely do some kind of little glowy positron core thing here. But I need to set it up. So what I'm gonna do to set that up is silhouette out some of the areas around it so that I can pick out highlights of the pink and start filling and detailing the interior with all these abstractions. It should work. But it helps if you set up the backbone first. That was some incredible lack of chemistry I found on Aquaman. Core shadows. Thanks. Well, if you got questions, lean in anytime. I'm happy to answer. How do you become me? I don't know. Let's see. I'd say lots of Moscow mules and white Russians. I don't know. It's a Russian thing, I guess. It's a vodka thing. And a predilection for bacon. I think you're pretty much set after that. Oh, but you don't do the bacons. Yep. Wine, women, and song. That's the key to the good life, right? I would not go see that movie. It's going to be a lot filthier than you're expecting. No. I'm boring. I have a soda stream. Come on. Nobody cool has soda streams. That's a fact. When you buy a soda stream, you've basically just given up on sex. Like, you're just like, ah, I'm done. Here's my sex card. Whoa. Oh, I love Moscow Mules. And ginger beer. 2 hours of beanbag sex. Just straight. Underrated. Beanbags are great. You guys are great. Good fun in here. Good fun. Let's see. Before I reward myself with fun reflecty lights, I'm gonna try and figure out a little bit more what I got going on back here. Instead of just making textures, what I'm going to try and do is shadow pool on top of it a little bit. Just group my values. It's not too difficult to do shadow pooling, so long as you pay attention to your primary, well, all of your light sources, honestly. It'll be pretty straightforward. You just group all your values that are not being hit by that light. That's it. It gets pretty calligraphic, and I actually think it's kind of fun to do shadow grouping, or shadow pooling, I think is a better term, probably. And when you silhouette out like this, you can basically cover up and imply a lot of detail with minimal effort. And we all know laziness is my prime motivator. Your first time was on a beanbag? Okay. All right, caveat. When I'm talking about a beanbag, I don't mean those cheap, like, college dorm room beanbags. I'm talking about, like, a love sack, which is gigantic and soft and filled with memory foam and is as big as this room. It's, you know, it's just a giant fuck pillow, basically. Those are fun. Good and healthy. You guys and your spicy talk in here. I know it's because of this painting, I'm sure of it. This painting's taking you over the edge. Too sexy. let's kind of turn those away from the light source a little bit. Yeah, that's better. This eye is no longer doing anything for me, so I'm going to either move it or get rid of it. No! We're doing it. You like the eye? Really? Would it be better if I moved it like here or... Little crabby eyes. Alright, I'll leave it. Because it's precious. It's alright, I don't care that much. It's all good. Can do that. Alright. We'll cut the eye and then we'll do a vote. Ah. Hiya. You with me on this? God damn it, why are you sticking? See, now he's wearing her head as a hat. Like a proper hat. It's like a little helmet. That's right. Don't be too precious. I don't know. Why not? They should absolutely let me do my own Hellraiser version of Pokemon Who's in? Who would watch Izzy's Pokemon? Pinheaded Chew. I am a genius. Come on. Nobody? Gotta kill them all. They have such sights to show us. I'm sure that's already a crossover that's happened. Hey, thanks for hanging, Avid. Appreciate it. Don't worry, I'm actually shutting down pretty soon here. About 5 minutes. Glad you could join us. I don't know. What do y'all think? I think it might be... Maybe I'm getting into an overworked town. Let's see, this is... Let's group all those now. Oop. Bloody hell. Let's group all those, rather. There we go. Looks like a horror VHS cover from back in the day. I actually I like the first one more because she's got that kind of sexy look going on. But I don't know, it's still cool. It was a fun experiment. I don't know. What do you think? Should we continue working on it next session? You likey? Nice. Seeing if... None of my buddies are painting right now, so I won't do a drop in on them. More Halloween stuff? Yeah, I think I'll definitely do a little bit more horror, weird shit. It'll be fun. Let's do a quick value pop. Let's do a color dodge this time. I didn't get to the positronic brain, but I'll give myself little notes about that by making it an actual light source here. And we'll come back in, and I'll just do some final touch-ups on it. I think maybe half of next episode would probably be sufficient to get in those highlights that I'd like, and just fool around a little bit more. Let's do some greens. Too much. Let's turn off our colors. Yeah, it definitely reads much better now in value. Okay, cool. Well, Thursday, we'll come back and do a little bit of this. I have, let's see now, this week I'm doing my Patreon video, so I won't be doing the crits until next week. So next Thursday will be crit day for patrons. Yeah, nice. So actually Thursday we'll just continue painting on this and maybe start another Halloween-y type painting. Thanks for hanging out, y'all. Hopefully you enjoyed yourselves. Until next time, paint smart, paint sexy. I'm Izzy, a professional writer, concept artist, and illustrator.
I've taught painting for a dozen years or so, on and offline. Many of your favorite illustrators and designers have studied with me or under me and have gone on to teach in their own right. You're here because, like they did, you want to learn to paint realistically for illustration or concept art. Well, worry not. You're in the right place. Grab a seat. I want you to join me as I explain all the aspects of image making in extremely digestible and clear monthly lessons. Not through the lens of silly how to paint hair or eye demos. That shit is carnival tricks. And you're not really learning anything except an exact way to render one thing in one manner. This is painting mysticism at its worst. Watching these kinds of exploitative lessons won't help you level up with your understanding. Sure, now you can paint sparkly hair, but what if you want to paint a dragon, or figure out how to render a sea of fire, or depict a one-eyed transgender space marine dying in the vacuum of space? Painting and image making are tools of communication, and can be learned by anyone willing to put in some time. Like grammar is for language, light, color, and form literally follow a formula. Painting well is not a matter of chicken bones, zombie crackers, and the ever-dismissive concept of talent. Learning with my series, Izzy's Logic of Light and Color, will give you the tools and understanding so you can analyze light and form in reality and bring it to life in your work. Using this simple system I have distilled will help you harness your art to share your ideas as you've always intended. When we are children, we all draw in symbols. Symbols for our house, our hands, the sun, the grass, our pet lobster. As we grow into artists, we must learn to throw away symbols and begin to draw and paint what it is we actually see. And as we grow further, we learn to paint beyond what we see and what is actually there. Until finally we move beyond this and learn to trim away what is actually there so we voice only what we want. With me, you're going to have to buckle in and maybe take some pain meds, because I'm going to rip out your normal person's eyes and replace them with a painter's eyes. I'm going to restructure how you see and how you understand what you're seeing. I'm going to turn you into a painting machine. Truly, anyone can learn to paint realistically if they can both determine what they're seeing or imagining with basic and straightforward rules. Once you understand the mechanics of light, color, and form in reality, you will have the capacity to paint anything you can see or imagine realistically. After that, the real fun begins. Here are some of the ways you can join me and master the logic of light and color. The very first lesson of my series is totally free on my YouTube channel. In that lesson, I give you the 3 primary rules of light that are the very foundation of painting and understanding light itself. If you do nothing else to make your painting mastery easier, at least watch this amazing little lesson. It will do more for your basic understanding of light than just about any tutorial you can find. When you're ready to get deeper and you feel like you have those first rules figured out, allow me to utterly blow your mind with the next episodes available on Gumroad and ArtStation. As we go deeper into the rules underlying the logic of light and color, I carefully and simply explain important and interesting elements. From beginner to pro, there is an amazing amount of information available. Each concept has been distilled into the clearest explanation you're likely to find anywhere. Like episode 2, where we cover the atmospheric effect and how that relates to light, scale, and distance of objects in reality, and how to render it. Or episode 3, where I hand over the ultimate key to controlling value in your paintings. Episodes 5 through 8 are all about rendering materials. Want to understand the logic behind rendering metal, leather, hair, transparency, damn near anything. I even cover the logic behind painting special effects like fire, neon, or lightsabers in later episodes. The lessons just get deeper and more detailed as I build on the foundations covered in preceding episodes. The 10th gives you the most important rule of composition you'll ever learn to keep your images interesting. The next few episodes cover important painting techniques like my edge control ninjutsu or simplification with the large to small system. We dip a toe in color theory, devote a few episodes to finishing full-blown illustrations utilizing the techniques we've learned so far. Some episodes, like the lighting game or Advanced Exercises 1, the shirt, present cheap valuable and practical exercises to give you explosive growth in your development. Episodes 22 through 25 cover painting and illustration, just like I do for Magic the Gathering, from assignment and inception to signing the painting at the end. Each one is full of tips, knowledge, everything to make working as an illustrator easier. Did you enjoy learning how to paint basic materials? Metal, wood, and such? I got 3 whole episodes devoted to the intricate logic behind painting different kinds of skin. After that, more lessons devoted to pumping life into your portraits and original methods for accurately drawing faces out of your head. From fundamentals to photo bashing, Gumroad and ArtStation have every lesson I create available for purchase a la carte. But here's an even better way to learn with me. Stay current with my latest lessons on Patreon for the lowest price available. Monthly support gets my student that month's lesson, a critique or paint over of their finished work, a discount code for 25% off the entire Gumroad archive, and access to the Logic of Light and Color Discord community, where we plan future lessons, share knowledge, and learn together as a team. The absolute best method is to join my Patreon classroom at the Student Plus tier, where you'll get everything I just mentioned and a free episode from the archive every month to accelerate your mastery at your own pace. You've decided to take control of your painting and master Izzy's Logic of Light and Color. Now it's up to you to choose the path that's best for you. I'll see you on the flip side. Paint smart, paint sexy. Okay.